Do you tell multiple lies to yourself just to feel better? Do you find multiple escapes in life to avoid challenges in life? Do you try to escape reality? If you have these questions in your mind, we will try to answer them. Why do we have these negative behaviors? And what are the deep dark secrets of our unconscious self?
My name is Anmol. I'm a mental health practitioner, counselor, psychologist, career coach, life coach, and life skills trainer. I'm here to share my insights and learnings with you to tackle life challenges and attain your highest potential. Let's create balance in your life.
Hi everyone, I hope all of you are doing great. Welcome to my channel, Ask Life with Anmol, where we talk about how to create balance in life and various psychological principles. As you saw in the intro, today we'll be talking about what lies are we telling to ourselves using the lens of psychology. This theory was given by Sigmund Freud, and the theory name is called defense mechanisms. Defense mechanisms are the distortions that we do with reality just to reduce our stress and anxiety in life. We create a second reality in our mind to reduce this stress. So these distortions or perception of reality were called defense mechanisms. We also did one series on theories of mind where we discussed Sigmund Freud's theory of unconscious mind. So Sigmund Freud said that whatever defense mechanisms we use are at unconscious level. We people are not aware about the defense mechanisms. We are using it unconsciously. And if you remember the diagram on that video, the unconscious self is like an iceberg. It is too huge underneath the water. If you haven't seen that video, we will put down the link in the description for that video. So let's start. What are these defense mechanisms? If you want, you can carry yourself a pen and a notebook and write down what are these defense mechanisms and what defense mechanisms are you using in your life. Now let me give you a disclaimer. These defense mechanisms all of us are using. There is nothing bad about these defense mechanisms. But if we use these defense mechanisms multiple times or excessively, then Freud said that these defense mechanisms leads to psychological disorders like depression, like anxiety, like personality disorders. So it's important to be aware about these defense mechanisms. So let's start. So the first defense mechanism is called denial. Denial is not accepting or refusing the factual information about a habit. For example, an avid smoker would never believe in the fact that smoking will cause lung cancer. They might give different reasons that I go for a walk, I have good immunity, I can smoke cigarettes. Or let's say the person is living in a metropolitan city like Delhi NCR, Mumbai, Kolkata. They say according to a research study, a person is smoking 18 cigarettes because of the air pollution. So how will 4 to 5 cigarettes harm me? So they are just in the denial mode that nothing will happen to me, I can start smoking cigarettes. So that's just an example. So think about yourself in any life area. Are you using denial as a defense mechanism? Write it down yes or no in your notebook if you are using this defense mechanism. Second defense mechanism is called repression. Repression means unconsciously blocking your negative thoughts or memories. For example, for an army officer, if they have to combat a war and they were physically and emotionally injured during that war, that memory they don't remember or they block that memory. For example, as a child, you were physically abused during your childhood. So you don't want to remember those memories, you have repressed those memories. So if you are forgetting anything in your past memory, then it means you are using repression as a defense mechanism. So please write down yes or no if you are using this defense mechanism in any area of life or related to any memory of the past. Third defense mechanism is called projection. Projection is attributing one's own unacceptable thoughts and feelings to the other person, as if these thoughts and feelings belongs to the other person and not them. For example, if a person who is cheating in a relationship, they will accuse multiple times the partner of cheating. One more example, let's say if sister is having attraction towards her sister's husband, that person accused sister's husband of being attracted towards them. So this is called projection. So find out if you are attributing your own feelings and thoughts to the other person just not to have that stressful situation or negative thought cycle in your mind. So answer yes or no if you are using projection as a defense mechanism. Next defense mechanism is called displacement. Redirecting your emotions, thoughts and actions to a less dangerous target from the most dangerous target. For example, if you are frustrated with your boss at your job, you cannot directly tell the boss. What you do? You try to displace your anger towards your family, which is a less dangerous object. What happened during pandemic situation? We were all frustrated at our homes. So the cases of domestic violence increased. So that was the perfect example of displacement. So are you redirecting your anger, emotions, thoughts to someone else rather than fixing the problem with the actual or the dangerous object? So answer yes or no if you are using displacement as a defense mechanism. The next defense mechanism is called regression. Regression means reverting back or going back to a childlike behavior to combat with a stressful situation. So if you throw or start throwing tantrums when you're stressful, like a childlike behavior, then you are using regression. If you see a lot of posts of childhood, of school days, then you are using regression. Like a child needs instant gratification of food, you order food when your mood is low. So that's how we use regression when we move back to a childlike behavior. One more observation I'll tell you. When we are stressful, if you start sleeping like a child in a cuddling position, then also it means you are using regression. So if you are going back to the childlike behavior, you are using regression as a defense mechanism. So write down yes or no if you are using this defense mechanism. Next defense mechanism is called rationalization. Rationalization means when we give logical reasons for our illogical behaviors and emotions. For example, as a student, if you have failed in any examination, you start blaming the teacher's method for failing in the examination. If you are on a strict diet, you say that I will skip the breakfast so that I can have that brownie in the evening. So you see, we are giving logical reasoning for our illogical behaviors and emotions. So this is called rationalizations. So if you are using rationalization as a defense mechanism, write down yes or no. Next defense mechanism is called sublimation. In sublimation, we channelize our negative impulses into more positive, socially acceptable behaviors. For example, if you are very aggressive as a person, you get angry, you become a professional wrestler and boxer. You convert your aggression into something more productive, which uplifts your life. So that is a sublimation. So if you are using sublimation as a defense mechanism, write down yes or no. Next defense mechanism is called reaction formation. In reaction formation, we try to give reasons just opposite of our true feelings and emotions. For example, if you think you are less intelligent, you are not hardworking, you boast more in front of public that you are very rational, you are very intelligent. A person who is attracted towards male just to have reaction formation, they give negative opinions about homosexuals. So what we are doing here in reaction formation, we are behaving in very different and opposite of what our actual feelings are. So if you are using the action formation as a defense mechanism in any area of your life, then write down yes or no. Next defense mechanism is called identification. In identification, what we do, we try to adopt the characteristics of a person to reduce our anxiety. For example, as a teenager, I get attracted to a superstar. So I adopt their characteristics just to feel more confident, just to have a better self-esteem. As a person, you are very less attractive. So you start behaving or adapting in such a way that you get dressed up and all like the most famous girl of your classroom. So what you are doing identification. So are you trying to copy the characteristics of other people just to build up your self-esteem? That is identification. So write down yes or no if you are using this defense mechanism of identification. Next defense mechanism is called compensation. In compensation, a person tries to make up for the area which is not working for them to becoming superior in the other areas. For example, the person who is not able to maintain their relationship area, they try to be successful in their career area. You might see a lot of people, they are billionaires, they are earning so good, but they are not good with keeping up with their relationships. So what they are doing, they are trying to compensate with the areas of life. The next defense mechanism is called humor. So humor is when we apply humor or funny characteristics to a situation to make it less threatening and reduce our anxiety. For example, you wanted to be an engineer, but you get less marks in physics and mathematics. Now you start making fun of the engineers that they are nerds, they don't have communication skills. So what we are doing here is we are using humor to deflect our anxiety and stress that we were not able to become engineers or take science as a subject. So if you are using humor as a defense mechanism, write down yes or no. I hope you have noted down what defense mechanisms are you using in life. I'm again repeating that these defense mechanisms usage is very normal. All of us are doing it. But if you are using multiple defense mechanisms, 4 to 5 defense mechanisms and multiple times, that deviates you from reality. Then you might also develop some psychological disorders like anxiety, depression and many other disorders. So I would urge you to become more aware when you use this defense mechanism in your life and use better coping mechanisms like exercising, meditation, therapy to reduce stress in your life. Share this video, like this video with your friends and family members. Subscribe to my channel, Ask Life with Anmol. Keep growing.